Hello everyone and welcome back to Collegedunia Study Abroad. My name is Swapnil and I'm back with another interesting candidate, another interesting story for you all. Today's candidate is Mohammad Abrar. He's joining us from Canada and he's pursuing his master's degree from the Langara College. He is pursuing his master's degree in data analytics. Here's a fact about Langara College for all of you guys. Langara College's tuition fee is 30% approximately less from what it is out there in other universities and other colleges in Canada. We discussed about more such interesting facts in the whole conversation that I had with Abrar. And Abrar has took this decision of studying abroad after working for 8 long years back in India. He's married, he has left his home, and now he is trying to make a living in Canada. Watch this whole video till the end to know everything about Abrar's journey of studying in Canada and about all the interesting facts that are out there for Langara College. Before we move ahead in this conversation, if you have a study abroad dream, do check the first link in our description box below. Fill in your basic details and our expert counselors will reach out to you very soon. We also have two very interesting offerings, the visa guarantee package and the offer letter guarantee package, so do not forget to check them out as well. Do not forget to give us a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to our channel and hit that like button as well. You will never miss out on any other important study abroad video. Now let's move ahead in the video. Hi Abrar, how are you doing?
Hi Swapnil, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Do you want to introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Mohammad Abrar. I've done my BTech back in 2015 in instrumentation and control. So after that, I've started my career in IT. It's been almost 8 years since I've started working in IT. But after that, I felt like I wanted to move on and build my career. So that's why I've started my studies in Langara now. It's just been 2 months, but it was a hell of a ride because transitioning was not so easy. So I'm pursuing my postgraduate degree in data analytics in Langara now.
Achha, okay, perfect. That's awesome, Abrar.
Okay.
I want to ask, 8 years of work experience, you decide to, leave your country, build a whole new life in some other foreign. How difficult was it for you and what did you do actually?
First of all, to be honest, it's actually difficult because you have a stable job. I was never like on the verge of unemployed or anything in past 8 years, to be honest. So I changed like 3 companies in 8 years. So, and my pay was also pretty good, I would say, according to Indian standards. So, but still, I was thinking like there's something missing because for 8 years, I was working on the same tool. Only the database, if you know, I was in data analytics itself, but only the databases were changing, but the skeleton on what I was working was pretty much the same. So I felt like I'm going to stop at this some point and people won't want me if I don't upgrade. So that was one of the main reasons I wanted to move out, maybe give myself a bit of break. And then, so that was one of the main factors, I would say. And I forgot to mention that I'm actually married as well. So that was one of the toughest thing to do. And having a 12-month-old kid moving out of India and leaving them behind is the toughest thing.
That is such a challenging situation, Abrar, for you. Yes. And of course, for our viewers as well, this guy is taking up this whole challenge of creating a new life after he has got married. So yes, kudos to you, Abrar, and I hope that you build a very good life from here on. Now that you have decided कि चलो 8 साल के काम के बाद now I want to move abroad, I want to pursue my higher studies as well. What were the initial colleges and the countries that you were looking for, and why just Canada? Why did you not go to US or something like that?
No, actually I was thinking of US, and then I thought of Germany as well because if you have read the news, I think most of them have researched about it. It's like they have a lot of jobs, but the workforce is very less over there. So the job opportunities are very high, But the drawback there is you need to know German. So
Hmm.
that is one of the challenging things. So that was one of the reasons maybe I didn't choose it. And US, even if you go and work, study there, you have to apply for H1B, which is actually a lottery system. Even if you
Hmm.
apply from US, it's a lottery system. So I didn't wanted to take that risk. In Canada, if you are working, if you're studying for 2 years, so by default you can apply for 3 years of work permit. So
Hmm.
if it
Hmm.
everything goes well, maybe you can extend it, or maybe if someone is planning for PR, maybe that if you have enough points, you can actually apply for PR as well in future. I won't
Right,
say
right,
it's
right.
I would say like you'll get 100% PR, but it's worth taking the risk because at least you'll
Yes,
have the
yes.
3 years of experience.
Hmm.
Uh, you can work here. So that was
Right,
the
right,
main
right.
reasons
I,
I've
I, I
chosen that.
completely agree. Like in Canada, it is fairly a little less competitive when it comes to PR,
Yeah,
right? But you mentioning the point कि H1B visa काफी it's a lottery system in US.
yeah.
But आप कनाडा आके भी तो रिस्क ही ले रहे हो. आप यूएस में भी रिस्क ले सकते थे. Why did you not choose to take the higher risk reward ratio?
It's not on mine, right? So it's all on luck. So at least here I'll know that okay, I'll get a 3 years of work. Maybe after that, if I work 3 years here, so this experience will be more beneficial for me if I move on to some other country as well after that, like not US or maybe somewhere in Europe. I can try. I can show them my experience that I've worked in India and some other country as well. So I will be a better
Hmm.
person at the job. So
Okay,
I
okay.
can. So that
Perfect.
was one of the reasons.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, I want to ask you about the college shortlisting that you were doing.
Hmm.
While you were researching, what all colleges did you apply to? कहाँ से accept आया, कहाँ से rejects आए?
So before starting that, let me be clear. Universities and colleges are like pretty common in Canada. So if you apply, I would always suggest everyone to apply for universities only if your budget
Why?
is little less.
Hmm.
Because if you apply for universities, you get a master's degree. But if you apply for college, you get a diploma degree. So
Hmm.
master's is always better.
Right,
So
right.
if you have the budget, if you have the capability, I think I would tell everyone to apply for university. Uh, I applied for college because I didn't have the like budget, enough
Hmm.
budget for it. So that was the only reason I didn't apply for university. Like I applied, but I didn't accept it.
तो
So I
कौन से
applied.
colleges पे apply करा था?
So applied for Langara College.
Hmm.
Then I applied for Northeastern University in Toronto.
Yes.
And then I applied for Lambton as well.
Okay.
And I applied for St. Clair's College, which is
Okay.
in Ontario again.
Saint Clair.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. And कहाँ से
So
accepts आए and कहाँ से rejects आए?
so Langra was the first one which accepted me, and
Hmm.
then I got acceptance in Northeastern University as well.
Hmm.
Lambton, actually, I got a rejection. I'm not sure why,
Yeah.
but I got rejected.
But why did they not give you any answer?
No, they didn't give. So Langra and Northeastern, I applied pretty much on my own. IDP, I used Lambton through IDP,
Okay.
so I didn't get any response from there. Like they just told me that it got rejected.
Hmm.
So Langra, so these were the three colleges mainly I
Hmm.
applied. So St.
Hmm.
Clair I applied, but I didn't get any response. I'm not sure why on that.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I didn't get response from there as well. So actually, I got only these two. I was pretty sure that
Okay.
I'll get Langara College,
Hmm.
and it was pretty much budget friendly, and
Hmm.
uh, the name of Langara College is also pretty good here. Like
Yes. Yes. Yes.
everyone
Yes.
knows it.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
that's why I was
But
like,
but this seems very odd. Like Saint Clair ghosting you. That is something that Canadian universities and colleges are not known for, ghosting people.
yeah,
They somehow give you some answer, some or the other answer कि ठीक है, reject हो गया है, reason ये है, या फिर just reject हो गया है. Yeah, is
yeah.
again very valuable for our viewers कि देखो कुछ भी हो सकता है. Whatever universities that you guys are applying to, you might get a reward or you might just get ghosted.
Yeah. So Lambton, I was like following up, I was thinking Lambton because I heard that it's much easier because I coming from 8 years background, it's very difficult for me to again adjust to college life. So
Hmm.
I heard that Lambton is a good college. I'm not sure how good it is, but
Hmm.
I heard it's pretty good, but it's a lot easier to like get into the course and everything because it's not that hectic.
Hmm.
So I was thinking like I'll just try for Lambton, but I never got a reply. I asked the IDP people.
Hmm.
I think they contacted them and they said that it's rejected. Like my
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
application got rejected, but
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not sure why.
Okay. So I want to ask, did you not apply to colleges like Humber, Conestoga, Seneca, uh, and yes, University of Toronto as well? These are all nice universities and colleges in Canada.
Yeah, so universities, that was the only university I applied, Northeastern, and it's actually a pretty good one.
Hmm.
The only reason I didn't accept is because of the fees, because it was pretty much high for me.
Hmm.
And coming to other universities, data analytics is something very few universities and colleges have it. And
Hmm.
even if they have it, it's only for 1 year course. So
Hmm.
if you can actually take the 1 year course, but what happens is the work permit which you get is only for 1 year.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if you want to get a 3 years work permit, so your study time should be more than 1 year in
Hmm.
Canada,
Hmm. Hmm.
and you have to be a full-time student. So
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
was one of the reasons I was like very choosy about, and I only wanted to do on data analytics because it's like a similar field which I was already working on just to
Hmm.
upgrade my skills.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
Langra, to be honest, Langra was the cheapest university and college which I saw like all
Okay.
across the uh,
Okay. Okay.
colleges.
अच्छा सो लांगरा की ट्यूशन फीस कितनी है एंड नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न की ट्यूशन फीस कितनी है
Langra overall, I can say, I'll just say the rough amount. I think it's
है
around 30,000 Canadian dollars for
ओके
2 years, around
ओके
30,000. And
ओके
if I go for Northeastern, I think it was for 1 year program. 1 year, yeah, I think it was 1 year program, and that was costing in INR more than 35 lakhs.
ओह ओके ऑल
Yeah,
राइट that's a huge amount that's a huge amount
yes.
but didn't you explore any scholarship options or any financial aid
uh,
options at both
yeah,
these universities
so Langra doesn't give you any scholarship as like before joining them. But
okay
after you join, what I heard, because it's been only 2 months, but I have heard that after you join, and if you are very exceptional student, if you
hmm.
get all A grades, and if you are in that spotlight, they actually have some scholarship programs in your next semesters, but not
okay
the first semester. You won't
okay
you don't have any option in Langra. And
so
in Lang
on the basis of the first semester, you might get some merit-based scholarship in
Yes,
the coming semester.
in the coming
Okay,
semesters.
perfect. Now I want to ask you about the whole admission process and the steps that you took. When did you start researching or applying to these universities? What all exams did you give? Take us through your whole admission process, please.
Yeah, so basically in Canada, if you want to apply, IELTS is the most important thing they see.
Hmm.
So I took my IELTS in October. My first attempt was in October, and I cleared in first attempt. Like I got all
October, which year are you
of
talking about?
sorry, of October 2022.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
Yeah, so I
Now,
cleared in the first attempt itself. Since I was having like my experience was there, so I didn't really prepare anything for the IELTS because of my experience. I
hmm,
just went and I just saw the pattern how IELTS is and what they expect and how they expect
hmm,
to you to write in the writing and reading sections and the interview section which they have.
hmm,
So I went there. I got all sevens except for I think listening. I got 7.5.
okay.
So I was like pretty much happy because the acceptance rate is like 6.5 in the
Hmm,
colleges. So
hmm,
I was
hmm,
like, okay, it's fine. I don't want to attempt again. So
hmm.
after October, I started researching from November first week onwards, like which
Okay.
colleges are good, like what programs are they offering and all. So I heard like people saying that in if you're in British Columbia, the process for getting a PR is much easier
Mm.
than if you're in Ontario. Ontario has a lot of competition.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
British Columbia, and if you have Calgary is also there, like basically Alberta. So
Yes,
Alberta,
yes.
the disadvantage is the weather because it can
Yeah,
go
right.
as high as minus 35, minus 40 degrees. So if you're
Mhm.
willing to accept that weather, then I think you can actually apply the universities there as well because the University of
And what
Calgary
about
is very good.
right, right? And what about the other provinces in Canada, like Ottawa and other provinces as well?
I was mainly focusing on Ontario, British Columbia, and Nova Scotia. So
Hmm.
Nova Scotia also had a good university. I I've just lost the name of the university, but actually that university is also was. I mean, the fees was also cheaper, uh,
Okay.
uh, and the PR process, and if you want to apply for jobs, the P- basically the PR process was much easier in Nova Scotia,
Hmm.
and Alberta was these two provinces were having like better opportunities. But the
Hmm.
problem with Nova Scotia was the housing crisis, which people are
Hmm.
talking is actually true.
Okay.
It's very bad in Nova Scotia because
Okay.
I was going through some university in Facebook. You'll have those groups, right? So I was going
Right.
through the groups. People who were about to join in January and all for the spring season, they were not able to find any houses. Like I think they were about to reach in 1 week or 2 days. People were about to reach in 2 days, and still they were saying that they are not able to find houses. So that was one of the
Hmm.
reasons I went back
Is
from
this
that.
the similar condition in is this the similar condition in British Columbia as well?
Like it's actually, I can say you will get it, but you have to keep on searching. Like what people do is in India, what we do, if you are moving in December, you start searching from September, August, or October itself. But what happens here is what I
Hmm.
have seen. If you're searching for December, you have actually start seeing from November second week onwards. Only then
Hmm.
you'll get the proper houses because people won't wait for you till two
Yeah,
months, 3 months.
of
So,
course.
and uh, this houses they like rent out are either immediately or next month. But
Right.
we start searching from 2 months before, 3 months before, and we start getting worried. Okay, we are not able to see anything. I was
Hmm.
also there, so I was also searching. Like I was moving in August end, I guess. I
Hmm.
started searching by May, June itself, and I
Right,
was
right,
not
right.
able to find anything.
Damn,
So
damn.
that, yeah.
Okay,
So
so
I,
I think we'll try and cover the whole accommodation process a bit later
yeah,
in this conversation. But I want you to come back to the whole admission process. Apart from the exams, then how many
yeah. Sorry.
SOPs, how many LORs did you have to give?
So what I did is because I was having I just went through their website, like what they are expecting and what courses they are expecting for data
Hmm.
analytics
Hmm.
specifically.
Hmm.
So so I was having experience, and they never spoke much about experience in the what they were expecting. It was just like they want some BTech, some bachelor's degree to be
Hmm.
there, and basic mathematics. You need to have mathematics in your bachelor's degree, and
Okay.
then the IELTS score, minimum score they're expecting. So I thought, and my bachelor's degree was in instrumentation, which is
Okay.
completely different from data analytics.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm. Hmm.
and but my experience is in data analytics.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I actually wrote a mail to the coordinator of the program directly before
Hmm.
applying. So I
Okay.
just mailed him asking like, so this is my bachelor's degree and I actually have experience of 8 years, but still I'm willing to upgrade my skills. So I
Hmm.
want to apply. So what is the process? Do I like, will I be accepted, or is there anything I have to show? So he
Hmm.
said that they don't prefer any SOP, but it's always better to have an SOP. That's
Okay.
what he said, because
Okay.
it will show you the interest you have on the
Hmm.
program and what motivated you to take this program, and I can show my work experience as well, right? So
Hmm.
based
Hmm.
on his suggestion, I applied with an SOP. Normally in colleges you don't need an SOP, but I
Acha.
applied with an SOP.
Okay. Okay.
So So I applied, I think November second week or first week end में apply कर दिया था. So
ठीक है.
I applied. Uh, then after that,
कित- कितना कितना टाइम लगा था फिर एक रिवर्ट आने में लैंगरा की तरफ से? एप्लीकेशन के बाद कितना टाइम लगा था?
so immediately you'll just get a mail that they received your like application, but it will take time. Sometimes for me it took to get a report back. It took around 1.5 month, close to 1.5 month.
Okay, okay.
So actually I was not getting any reply. So what I did, I again mailed the coordinator directly. I just asked him like what is the response, because I heard one person who got a revert back just in like 10 days. So for that analytics program
Right,
itself. So
right, right.
and they had applied much later than me. So I just mailed him, and he was very good. Like I would say, he was one of the best person I have met, because he's a coordinator, and it's not like it's up to him to reply me or not. But every time I mailed him, he used to reply me back within 1 day.
Do you wanna give this man a shout out? Tell his name, so that maybe other people can also go and seek help.
He's actually the coordinator, so I'm not sure if I'm supposed to take the name or not in this.
Okay, cool. Let's just put a lid. Let's just put a lid upon it now.
But
Guys,
if you go to his,
yeah. He's a coordinator, and if you're smart enough to do your research, maybe you will find him.
Yeah. So when I mailed him like about status of the application, he was like, yeah, we are just in the process of sending out the applications, and you might get it soon. Just he winked with a smiley.
Right.
So after his mail, I think within 3-4 hours, I got the email that I have been selected for the program.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so
Yeah.
Abrar here got very exclusive information about his whole admission process, about his application process, that okay, he might get into it. Cool. So now let's talk about the visa process. What happened in your visa interview? Take us through that.
So after I got it in December. So I applied my visa in January itself, because I was working, and in India, we have 3 months notice period. So I wanted my visa much before than expected. So that's why I applied in January itself, second week, I guess. And to be honest, it got rejected at the first time. So normally in for Canada, you don't have any interview. So everything is your SOP. Your SOP will talk like what you are expecting, why you are taking this program.
You also gave a different visa SOP, right?
Yes, different visa SOP.
Okay, perfect.
So this SOP was pretty much I made it. I applied on my own and I made the SOP.
Did you not make the previous SOP that you gave to Langara College?
No, that was also mine. But even for visa, I made it. Okay. I just got a template and I just made on my own. I think that was one of the reasons I got rejected.
Maybe.
Yeah. So the reason they rejected is saying that I won't come back. Like I won't move out of Canada after my studies. So
I think this is very important for our viewers to know that once you're applying for the visa, you have to come out as a candidate that won't be a liability for the foreign land. You might come back. That is the narrative that you have to build. And yes, I guess people who want to second with this opinion can comment down below. Okay, Abrar, go ahead. What happened after that?
Yeah, so actually I got the reply, I think in less than 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks, it got rejected, I think by Jan end. So I was like, obviously very devastated. I was like, okay, now it's all gone. Because then I contacted one of the agent in India. So he was like, you already have an experience in data analytics. Then if you apply for data analytics again, obviously they'll think that you won't come back. and there's no point of you studying that. So it's better you apply for business, some business related, MBA related
Program.
course. Yeah,
Oh,
you can revert back the data analytics program and then apply for some MBA program. So I was like,
okay.
no, I don't want to move into something else now. I just want to continue my career in the same course, but maybe upgrade
Yes.
it.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
I was just going through, like everyone does. I was going through YouTube videos,
Mm-hmm.
seeing people, like people will have their past experiences and obviously they'll post it in YouTube.
Mm.
So I was there. I went through one YouTube video. So he actually got rejected for the same reason, and
Mm.
he actually applied through a person called Surbi. I think he also mentioned the name.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
actually very famous through his video.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
oh, she's actually from Canada itself. Like she's Indian but living in Canada. So she'll
Mm-hmm.
helps out in student SOPs, and if you want to
Okay.
fill the visa as well, she'll help out in the visa process also.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I'll just talk to her and see how it goes, and if she's like good enough or not. So
Mm-hmm.
I spoke to her, and I felt like okay, like the way she spoke to me and the way she actually was pretty clear that the chances are very low. She told me their
Mm.
chances are maybe 20 or 30% you might get it, but if it gets rejected for the second time, there's no point of applying for the third
For
time.
the third time,
So
right?
you better go with some business related program. She also told me that, but you can apply once and see if it's working or not. So
Mm-hmm.
she, with the help of her, she made my SOP. Like she took the info, what all I did and how I worked and all my previous experiences, my
Mm.
college related information, everything.
Yeah.
So she prepared the SOP,
And
everything.
so what was the whole visa narrative that you built? That okay, you want to. What was the whole narrative about that in your
Uh,
SOP?
so, uh, so the basic narrative, basically, they wanted me to tell them that I'll be coming back to India. So
Hmm.
I had to show somehow that there's a strong reason for me to come back to India, like not just stay in Canada after my studies. So
Hmm.
the what can else be that my family is in India. So she
Yeah.
strongly showed how important it is for me to come back to India
Hmm.
in the whole SOP, like how important it is, because I'll be staying away from my family alone. So it's
Yeah.
everyone knows how difficult it is.
Hmm.
Uh,
Right. Right.
so
Right. Right.
so
Of
she
course. Of course.
showed,
That's
yeah.
great. That's great. I mean, I have another question, which is,
Mm.
what was the expense that you incurred while you were doing your visa application?
So the visa application fee is around 15,000.
Okay.
Maybe it has increased now, but around that time it was around 15-16,000. So if
Okay.
it gets rejected, so you have to again pay the visa fee and again
Hmm.
go to the
Hmm.
same process. So and you'll
All right,
have
all
this.
right. So now that we are talking about the whole visa expense,
Hmm.
here's a short notice for everybody out there, and even abroad, this could have been useful for you as well.
Hmm.
College Dunia is giving out zero visa fee. Basically, we are giving out a visa scholarship fee program, right?
Oh.
We don't let students charge for any visa application process. So yes, that's there. That's that. If anybody wants to explore this option, they can just quickly go to the first link in our description, fill in the basic details, and they can talk to our expert counselors. ऑल राइट अबरार हो गई बहुत सारा प्रमोशन हो गया बात करते हैं आप आगे ठीक है तो नाउ योर
Yeah.
वीजा इज डन यू हैव गॉट एडमिटेड इनटू लैंगरा व्हेन यू फर्स्ट went to Canada and you first saw your university, what was your initial experience like? What was your first reaction over there?
Uh, so first time as I landed Canada, first thing was it's pretty cold. Even though I'm actually shivering.
Of course.
For like if you compare to other provinces in Canada, it's actually hot here.
Hmm.
I think it's around 12 degrees right now. But
Yeah,
still,
okay.
as a Indian, we feel cool.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of
So,
course.
so I think, and it was raining that day. So the day
Hmm.
I landed, so it
Hmm.
was pretty nice. And it's actually a very you people say it's a city, but I feel it's a very calm place.
Hmm.
And and lot of trees. There's no pollution, first of all.
Yeah, of course.
So it looks very different.
Come visit Delhi someday in India. Let's talk about pollution there.
I think if you live in Delhi and come here, then I think it's a different world. It's a parallel
Yeah,
universe.
of course. But
So,
great.
uh,
Where did you decide to stay initially when you came to Canada?
so when I was searching online I think the best place to search for accommodation is Facebook when it comes to Canada. I think Facebook
Right.
Marketplace has a lot of our like ads and everything,
Hmm.
but I think most of them are expensive, to be honest. But
Yeah.
you have to keep searching, and if you have, and I would suggest to build some network, speak to
Hmm.
people in the group who are about to join the college and get to
Hmm.
know each other, so that you can actually share the room and everything. To be honest, Vancouver is very expensive
Hmm.
compared to other provinces which I have heard.
Right.
It's actually very expensive. And actually, personally, I'm also not staying in Vancouver. I'm actually staying in Delta, which is
Okay.
like 25 kilometers from Vancouver.
Okay.
It's comparatively cheaper. I'll not say it's not uh, it's not expensive, but it's comparatively much cheaper than Vancouver.
Hmm.
If you are actually in budget, you can. I don't think it's a good idea you stay in Vancouver. But if
Hmm.
if you are okay with sharing rooms with other people, I think it's
Yeah.
pretty okay.
So, what was
So
your initial situation then? Where were you living, and what is the rent that you were paying?
so I actually got my room through Facebook, one of the groups in Facebook. They actually posted that they are looking for a roommate. It's a family, so they were just looking for someone who gives them company. So I was
Hmm.
lucky there that I got the room for much cheaper way.
Right.
So it was around $700 I'm paying. It's a
Hmm.
single room, shared
Hmm.
bathroom.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's pretty good.
Hmm.
The bus stop is just like
And
400 meters from here.
the family is Indian or
No, they are Fiji,
okay, okay, all right,
Fijian family.
okay.
They're here, I think, from 1994.
Oh damn.
So yeah, they're pretty good. I think one good thing about here is people are very helpful. I'm
Hmm.
not sure. Uh, if we come from India, I think you'll find everyone very helpful. Even Indians who are staying here are very helpful.
Right, of
So
course. ये तो
yeah.
होता ही है हम अपने देश में बस हेल्पफुल नहीं होते एक दूसरे के बाहर हम जाएंगे तो सारा भाईचारा है but नहीं
So
this is great so what is the rent that you're incurring right now
I'm paying around $700 per month. It's
okay
a single room, it's not sharing. I'm staying alone
hmm.
in the room, but
Okay,
the
okay,
bathroom is shared,
okay.
and the kitchen area and the hallway, everything is shared. Like I can use the
Hmm.
kitchen and everything. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
pretty rare for $700 to get this deal. So
Yeah. What
I
is
would,
the average rent that's going upon in your area or
uh,
near
in
Langra actually?
actually near Langra, if you say, I would say around $1,000 for a single room. It's
Thousand
actually it's
thousand
an
Canadian dollars,
average,
right? Okay,
Canadian
okay,
dollars
okay.
on average. So it can be much higher as well,
Hmm.
because I have my friends who are actually paying $1,500 for a single room.
Hmm.
So
Damn,
it is
that's
actually
expensive.
getting expensive here. Yeah, it's
You have got a good deal. You have got a good
yes,
deal.
yeah. You have to be
Now
lucky.
that yeah, of course. Now that we're talking about expenses, I want to know your other expenses as well. So in a month, what are the amounts that you're spending upon other utilities, upon your electricity, water bills,
Grocery. Yeah.
groceries,
So.
and other
Uh,
miscellaneous expenses as well?
So most of the expenses, which like most of the rents they rent out are including all the expenses, like even the
Hmm,
electricity,
hmm,
everything they include it most of the time.
hmm, hmm,
So for groceries, eating out and all, it's actually when you compare to India, it's expensive, you can say.
Mm-hmm.
one suggestion to everyone is never convert Canadian dollars to Indian rupees. If you convert
Okay.
that, you can not eat anything outside because even I think one, if you say one paneer butter masala here is around $15. So
What?
you can,
Oh
so you
God.
should.
I don't want to have paneer butter masala right now from Canada. Very
Even
expensive.
one butter naan, I think it's around $3. Average, I can say $3. It can go cheaper, but average
Okay.
2.5 $3.
Okay.
So for me, I cook uh, at home most of the time. I
Okay.
think once in a week or twice in a week, I go in the weekends out and eat. So around this 2 months, I've spent around average around $450 per month on
Mm-hmm.
my groceries and eating expenses.
Okay.
And one good thing about Langara is they actually cut your. So in Columbia, we have three transports. One is
Mm.
bus, and then you have this metro sky train. They call it as sky train here, and the
Okay.
sea bus. So it's
Okay.
actually a very small ferry. Where it connects a few of the Vancouver islands. So these three
Okay.
are actually covered by the college. So
Oh,
it's
interesting.
actually basically
And
you
this
will.
and the cost of all the transport benefits, is it covered in the tuition fee only or
Yeah, it's covered in the tuition fees. It
hmm.
actually costs around $180 for
Ah,
per semester. So
okay.
you can actually use n number of times. Like it's unlimited usage. You can use wherever you want. You can go, you can travel. So it's
Interesting.
not like you can only travel around Vancouver. You can actually
Hmm.
travel Vancouver, Delta. You have Surrey. I think
Hmm.
many people would have heard about it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
all these areas cover on in this transport. So it's I
Okay.
can say
Perfect.
around 30 kilometers of radius is covered. So you can actually
Okay,
stay
perfect.
far away and easily travel with like for free.
अच्छा, okay. Perfect, perfect. So now let's put a pin on a number कि एक महीने में एक इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट के लिए खर्चा करने के लिए कितने कैनेडियन डॉलर्स होने चाहिए उसके पास?
Uh, if you're not traveling out, I mean, if you're not eating out much, and if you're ready to cook at home, so I would say uh, I won't say much low because I try to keep it as low as possible. But on average, I would say $500
Okay, okay, $500.
for your expenses. Yeah.
Okay, so the Canadian government says, and I was reading this in some article, that as an international student, you need at least $850, 850 Canadian dollars in a month to, survive on a basic lifestyle. If you're trying, if you have achieved the same in just $500, that is a commendable thing. And I think for all the students who are watching this, you can survive in Canada in much more cheaper manner as well. You just have to be
It's
smart about it.
Yeah, it actually depends on your personal preference. Because
Yes.
I see, to be honest, I don't drink, I don't smoke, so
Hmm.
उधर खर्चा बच जाएगा.
Right,
So
right, right,
it
right.
all depends on how you spend it, how much you want to go out and explore stuff. Now there's a way to explore, right? You can actually go out, not eat anything, and still explore the whole city and just come back.
Yeah,
And if
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to go and eat in expensive places, obviously it'll be expensive because
Hmm.
I have my friends who spend more than $1,000 per
Yeah.
month just for their expenses. So it all
Hmm.
depends on your personal
Perfect,
preference.
perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, all right. Let's
Uh,
let's talk about let's talk about the part-time job. Are you taking any part-time jobs?
yeah, I'm actually working at a warehouse.
Okay,
It's like 20 since it's 20 hours only, so I'm working for all 20 hours a week. It's
okay.
three
And
days.
what is the minimum pay, minimum wage over there?
So if you're a student, you can't expect much. So the pay which I'm getting is the minimum wage, which is 16.75, and in
Hmm.
that also you get tax cuts. So
Hmm. Right,
so
right,
it's
right, right.
pretty minimal. So part time when it comes, it's purely on luck. To be honest, I applied for around 100 jobs in Indeed. Indeed is like Naukri.com in Canada.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm. Hmm.
applied for 100 jobs, and one thing you have to do if you're looking for part time here is handing over your resume. You have to actually go to the stores or the warehouse and hand
Hmm.
your resume in person. which I didn't
Okay.
know, which I came to know after coming here. So
Okay.
that is more preferred than applying online
Okay.
when you're
All
looking
right.
for part-time especially.
All right.
So most of the students do that. But I was lucky enough, out of 100 jobs, I got one call back from Indeed. And to be honest, I got the job in 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, I came in Canada. So I was pretty
Okay.
lucky because there are people who still are searching for jobs in my class. So
Hmm.
it's purely on luck and how desperately you want the job.
Hmm.
So you have to keep.
What are the other options apart from a warehouse job for when it comes to part time?
You can actually work, and uh, if people are searching for any core related jobs like data analytics jobs, it's actually pretty difficult. I don't think you can actually work 20 hours just in data analytics. So you have to be prepared to work any odd jobs. So you have
Hmm.
restaurants, you have some like mall related jobs, or you can actually apply for Walmart.
Right.
They
Right.
have, so it depends on where you prefer. My choice was simple. I just wanted a job where I
Yes.
can actually earn some money, and because it's very difficult to live here without a job. That
Okay.
is, to be
Don't
honest.
Doesn't Langara provide any RA positions or TA positions in college?
So Langra has cafeteria. So they have cafeteria related jobs like they have Starbucks, Tim Hortons,
Hmm.
other chains as well. So
Hmm.
the competition is pretty high because there are
Hmm.
around, I think, more than 6,000 students in Langra.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
and the jobs there are like, maybe you can count in your fingers. So
Hmm.
it's pretty
Right.
high. So that's what you need, networking. So if your friend is already working there, he can actually recommend you. So
Okay.
that's how you have to build your networks. I think
Okay.
your network is very important here,
Right.
and you actually have. Uh, so the professors also will be posting some jobs for research purposes and all. I actually applied for my data analytics research job as well, which is starting in January. But
Hmm.
the position is only for 4 people, and all the 4 semester people will be applying. So around
Oh.
100 people for 4 jobs.
Okay.
So you never know
And
how.
okay. So, what will be there any pay difference when it comes to research position?
So the good thing about when you work in campus is you can work for unlimited hours.
Okay.
So if you're working outside campus, it's restricted to only 20 hours. But
Hmm.
if you're working for in campus, you can work 30, 40, 50 as many as
Hmm.
you want.
Hmm.
But it still depends on the employer. If he wants you to work so much, or if he just wants you to work for 5 hours. So it all depends on him. But
Hmm.
that's how it is. Because one of my friend, he's working in Starbucks in the campus and outside. Like outside the campus as well. So outside the
Right.
campus, he just works for like 10 or 12 hours, but in campus, he works for around 20 hours. So total 35 hours he works.
Okay. Okay. That's an interesting way to do your
Yeah,
whole part-time scenario.
yeah.
Perfect, perfect. I think this whole information will be very valuable to our users as well. Now, let's talk about your program and the batch size that you have. I want to ask, what does your batch looks like? Like, what are the if you can tell us something about the profiles that Langara has got in the batch of data analytics.
So Langra is like what I heard from my coordinator on the first day is they are very choosy about data analytics program. Like
Hmm.
other courses in Langra, it's mostly like first come first serve. But in
Hmm.
data analytics, they actually read your profile, what you have done, and what is your previous experience or what studies you have done.
Okay.
Because to be honest, if I think few videos also people would have seen that data analytics is pretty tough in Langra. That's what they
Hmm.
say.
Hmm.
Uh, so the students which I have is around, I think, 27 students in the whole class. That's it. Like not no sections, nothing. Are like 27 students, and it's one good thing is it's like from different countries. It's not like you have maximum Indians or maximum
Mm,
from one place.
mm,
It's
mm,
all over. So you'll get to know people from different cultures.
mm.
So and most of them have previous work experiences. I think hardly some 4 or 5 people have directly come from college to post graduation, but most of them, there are people who are much older than me also in
Mm.
the program. So I think they are a bit choosy, but still, if you're smart enough to write your SOP and you really need this program, I think it's actually a very good program because the world never runs off out of data. So you'll
Yeah.
always have some other job in data analytics.
Right, right, right. Very true, very true. And what is your whole batch size?
27. That's it.
27. And you
Yeah.
told that only 3 or 4 students are coming right outside their graduation. Rest of
Yes.
everybody is having a substantial amount of work experience.
Yes. Not
That's
in data analytics, but in other fields also.
the program system. Okay, perfect,
Mhm.
perfect. Now, talking about the future prospect that you have in Canada and the placements that can be assisted through Langara. What do you have in mind for your future, and what does placement looks like? In Langara College.
Uh, to be honest, Langra doesn't provide any placements. They'll just guide you uh, to like how they have two good things. One is like a counseling department which is very dedicated. If you are feeling anything, you can actually go there, talk to them, which is actually very good and very rare to see in India. So,
Mm,
to be honest, so they take very seriously about your homesick, and if you're feeling
homesickness.
depressed,
Yes.
you can go there, talk to them. Even about jobs, if you want to apply part-time jobs, you can actually go them and talk to them how it's like what's the best way to apply. So they'll
Mm.
just guide you, but there are no, I don't think there are any placements as such in
Yeah. Yeah.
Langra. So it's completely on your own.
Okay.
And I think that now, I to be honest, I think there is a lot of competition even for data analytics in Canada. So you have to be the best
Yeah. Yeah.
because I have my brother-in-law who is in St. Louis, who was studying in St. Louis in Ontario. So
Okay.
it's been I think 3 4 months he has completed his course,
Mm.
uh, but he's still searching for the job. It's not like you don't have jobs, but you have to be smart enough to get it, or you have to be. I think I can say lucky enough also. So
Mm.
if you're coming to Canada, you have to build your network as well. In India, it's like नौकरी में डाल दिया तो call आ जाएगी. It's not like that here
Right.
because it's difficult. I'll say it's difficult because you apply for 100 200 jobs and you might get only one or two replies. Yeah. So
Hmm.
that's how
What
tough it is.
do you have any idea about the average package that was there of your seniors, or the highest package or the lowest package as well?
What I heard is for data analytics, the average package is 60 to 80,000 Canadian dollars per annum
Hmm.
as a
Hmm.
fresher. So if you have
Okay.
experience, might go more. As a fresher, I think it's around 60 to 80,000 USD.
Okay. Now that you are absolutely, you're not a fresher, right? What are your
Yeah.
expectations? What do you think is the right amount that you will be targeting after your program gets over?
It still depends. It actually depends on multiple factors. What is the like how now it's recession, so you can't
Hmm.
expect much as well. So if
Hmm.
after May, it might take around 1.5 year for me more. So after that, I have to see the market how it is and
Hmm.
what they are expecting. So if I'm good enough, if I'm good enough, I'll obviously ask for more. So you have to
Hmm.
assess a lot of things. I think sometimes you have to make a compromise and just go to a lower job and build your uh, career and then maybe ask for more because
Hmm.
as
Hmm.
here Canadian as like in Canada they see if you have a previous Canadian experience. Most of the companies they I don't think they care much about Indian experience.
Hmm.
It's actually an added asset, but if you are applying for any Canadian companies, I think they see you're present. I don't think they'll see how you were in India. But in
Okay.
case you apply for an Indian company here, I think it's an uh,
Hmm.
advantage.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. ठीक है. So now I think we have covered most of the important points that were out there, right? I want to play a quick rapid fire round with you, Aprar, if you're ready about that, right? There are some
Yeah,
basic questions that I want to ask about you and your campus life. So yes, do you want to go ahead with this whole rapid fire round?
yeah, sure.
Cool. My only request is just be authentic and just be rapid and fiery. Let's pretend to be the Karan Johars of study abroad conversation, right? Cool. So my first question is, tell me a pro and a con about studying in Langara College.
Uh, Pro is it's like at least for my data analytics, the diversity is very good, and the instructors are very helpful. They actually work as part time here, but
Hmm.
they as like since it's data analytics, they also work in IT, so we get a more exposure about the industry. So
Hmm.
that is
Hmm.
one of the pro.
Okay.
And con, it's been very a few months since I'm here, so I'm not sure. I think the most important con for me is like accommodation,
Okay.
because they don't provide any in-campus accommodation.
Hmm.
So that
Okay.
is one of the biggest con, I would say, because saying the expenses in Vancouver, they
Hmm.
actually give you PG assistance.
Hmm.
Like you have to apply for their program. It's around $1,300 for the
Hmm.
PG. But
Hmm.
the good thing about that is the food is included, like all
Okay.
3 times.
Okay, okay. Now, my second question is there any better data analytics program apart from Langara College in Canada?
Obviously there are hundreds, not hundreds obviously, but as I said, if you are applying for universities, it's always better. I don't say that Langra has the best data analytics program. It is
Okay,
good. I won't say it is best. If you're
okay.
looking for a cheaper option, and if you're okay for staying away from college, because if you want to still save money, you have to stay much away from your college, from
Hmm.
Vancouver.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or else, if you're staying in Vancouver and you're still paying the amount, in at end of 2 years, you'll end up paying almost the same amount which you're paying at the university.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's no point. So you have to be smart
Cool,
enough to choose it.
cool. My third question. Tell me one thing that you would like to change about your college or your program.
My program, I would actually, one thing I saw is, so the course outline in the program, when you see, it's actually very generic. They don't say you on what topic they're going to teach. Like for
Hmm.
example, now they're teaching me in Python, and are teaching statistics on R programming. So
Hmm.
I would have preferred that, knowing that what programs they're using, or what technology they're using to teach us the courses, because it helps us to understand, like, okay, it will be helpful for me in the future or no, because it's very generic. Like they don't go in depth about what they are going to teach us,
Hmm.
because sometimes people might like what they're being taught, but sometimes it will be like
Yeah.
they already know it. So
Yes,
luckily, I
yes.
was not working on Python, so it's new for me. But people who have already worked on Python, it's nothing new for them, and it's very like they start from basics.
Okay. My next question is, what is your favorite hangout spot inside your campus?
Uh, my favorite hangout spot till now, I think most of the time I've been in the cafeteria. So
Okay.
that's one of because the cafeteria is pretty good here.
Hmm.
Most of the students hang out in the cafeteria, but still the campus is actually very beautiful.
Hmm.
Uh, so I think many people who don't know this, it's actually from the land which Langra was built in is from First Nation country, like
Okay.
First Nation people.
Hmm.
So they are called as Musqueam people.
Hmm.
So they gave it to Langra as so they take pride that it's the land is from the First Nation people.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that is actually very interesting. I think in India we don't. care about it much, but here they take it very seriously.
Okay.
And it's actually very beautiful. Uh,
Okay.
I think even the library is pretty good. So I would say library and the cafeteria.
Okay, perfect. My last question. Out of 10, try and rate Langara College.
I would say 7.
7. Why cutting 3 marks?
2 marks for accommodation for sure.
Okay.
And
Okay.
1 mark, uh, the course could have been much better, like to understand, like before joining or before applying. They
Hmm.
could have been more insightful about the course and like what they are going to teach and
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
how is it going to be.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that, because of that, I think I 1 mark would go.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Abrar has mentioned that he would give 7 stars out of 10 to Langara College. I think this is it, Abrar. My all my questions are over. It was nice talking to you. You gave out such important information about Langara College. Do you have any final words that you want to give out for the international students?
I think I would say if you really like to explore new countries and explore new cultures, that is one of the reasons you can actually come out and study abroad. I What I would suggest is, if you're bachelor, it's much easier to come here
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
study
Hmm.
because you won't have much to lose, because at the I'm married and I have a child also, so I know how difficult it is to like when I was moving out, it looked easy for me. Like I was like,
Hmm.
it's hardly 1.5 year I can make it. But after coming here, I came to know like how difficult it is. Even as a bachelor, you might feel it very challenging because it gets very lonely sometimes. So
Hmm.
you have to be prepared for that. So if you are
Hmm.
very prepared that you are okay to live alone in a completely new country, different
Hmm.
culture, everything,
Hmm.
then I would suggest it's a pretty good option to come and explore new cities. I won't say that you just come to Canada. You research other countries as well. Whichever
Hmm.
country you like, you can
Hmm.
actually go there. But
Hmm.
you have to be prepared that you might feel lonely, you might feel depressed sometimes, and it's
Hmm.
pretty normal to be that. Uh, so it takes time to gel into new culture,
Hmm.
everything.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I think you should be okay.
Okay, perfect, perfect. All right then, Abrar, thank you so much for giving your time and having this whole conversation with us. I hope our viewers learned a lot of things about uh, basic process of studying in Canada and a lot of details about Langara College as well. People, if you have any questions, you can write it down in the comments section. I will be replying to all your questions, and I might also ask Abrar to, answer your questions as well. If, let's say, you want to connect with Abrar, we will be mentioning his LinkedIn profile in the description. You can go ahead and do the same. And if you also have a study abroad dream, you can check out the first link in the description box, fill in your basic details, and our expert counselors will reach out to you very soon. We will be back with another interesting candidate who has gone to study abroad. Till then, this is me, Swapnil, signing off. Thank you so much, Abrar. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so that was everything about Abrar's journey of studying in Canada. I hope you liked this video and you gained a lot of information regarding studying in Canada and studying at the Langara College. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Till then, this is me, Swapnil, signing off. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.